Hi there, welcome back, beautiful souls. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, we wanted to continue on the path of spiritual healers and money. So it seems to be coming up a lot for me lately. And as things come up for me, I share because I know that there are others out there that this will serve. I always know because you're never alone. You're never the only one going through that experience. There will always be others going through it. And so this week, what I was reminded of, I was going through this moment where, I was just sitting with this money issue and remembering, the struggles, the financial struggles that I've been going through in my life, And one of the things that was coming up, as I'm looking at the bank account and it's slowly dropping down to zero, and I have all these things that I'm paying out to keep everything running, the websites, the course, the platform where I'm holding all the courses, and I need to keep all of these things running. So I'm looking at that number as it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and thinking it's going to get to zero. And the gift of this beautiful week with this experience that I wanted to share today is as I was sitting with that experience of I'm spending more than what's coming in at the moment. And that has been a pattern that's been repeating over and over and over in this lifetime. And I've watched my parents do it. They were heavily in debt with credit card debt and with the mortgage and everything that they took on. But it's a familiar pattern. I'm used to this pattern of more money going out than more money coming in. There's more going out than what's coming in. And as I was going through this last week, in this past week, I was feeling into it. And what happens is when I go into that space, this financial struggle space, I get this tightening in my stomach. I feel really contracted, and I'm feeling into it now so that you can feel it. You can really feel it. Because I know many of you are going to resonate with this feeling today. So I get this tightness in my stomach, and I feel completely contracted. So everything's tight within me. And the more I stress and the more I worry about that number getting lower and lower and lower in my bank account and heading towards the zero, and then you start to panic. Well, how am I going to pay for this? And how am I going to pay for that? And that's where the worry and the doubt starts to kick in. And when those two start to kick in is that I start to feel this tightening around my throat. And this week I was really sitting with it. And when I sat with it, I feel like I'm being suffocated. I feel like this concept, money, has its hands wrapped around my throat and it is, strangling me. It's strangling me. I feel suffocated. So what happened when that was happening again in this past week? And the patterns, understand for yourself that the patterns will keep repeating and repeating and repeating until you've understood the gift of why that's there. This is why I don't like to call the beings that go through my courses or that read my books students, because you're not really here to learn anything. You're here to remember. We're here to remember. And some experiences are here to remind us that we are worthy. We were already worthy. We didn't need to do anything to earn that. You already are that. Just by being here, you are already worthy. Just by being alive and having this human experience, you are already worthy. So many of these experiences serve us in the sense of they make us feel that we're not good enough. But you are already good enough, just as you are. There is nothing that you need to do. There is nothing that you need to change about who you are. to be good enough in any way. These are all part of the illusion of the human experience. So, going back to this beautiful experience that I had this week, inside myself again, I was feeling like I was fighting it. Like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want this. There was this huge resistance that was coming up around this, this lack. And how limited we feel when we are in this lack. As I'm sitting in it, I'm thinking, I don't have the money to travel wherever I want to go. I don't have the money to do the courses that I want to do, and there are so many of them. I have a huge list of them. These are the things we tell ourselves. I don't have the money to fill in the blanks. Or I can't afford to fill in the blanks. This is what this beautiful relationship with money is creating for you. All the while, underneath all of that is the underlying beliefs that we hold, that we're not worthy of having that. We're not good enough to have that. And so we use money as the limitation to keep ourselves in that box. And this week was the first time in all the years that I've had with this pattern, the first time that after I found myself the first day and the second day with this suffocating feeling that I'm fighting it, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I am done feeling this way. On the third day, I surrendered. I surrendered and I sat with it. And I realized the more I resist it, the more I'm keeping it in place. The more I'm fighting against it, the more I'm keeping this pattern in my reality. And so I sat with it. I sat with all the feelings of it, of how limited I feel when I'm in that pattern, how restricted I feel, how suffocated I feel. And I began to give thanks for it, because I know that I chose it. I put it there. My soul put it there. It wanted to know. In past lifetimes, I've had past lifetime regressions where I've been a slave. And so I have been limited and I have been powerless at the hands of other beings. But in this lifetime, that restriction, that powerlessness has been handed over to this concept of money. What does it feel like to be limited by money, to be restricted? And know within your heart that outside of this simulation, we are limitless. We are infinite possibilities. We can only experience this beautiful limitation here in this reality. And that's what we come for. We don't just come here to have all the good feelings. We've been having this conversation with my beautiful friend. We don't just come here for the good feelings. What would be the point? In our natural state, we are peace, we are love, we are joy in the highest frequency. We are one with Spirit. We are one. We do not know what it is to be separate in our natural state. So we come here to know, what does it feel like to be separate from Spirit? What does it feel like to be limited in any way? And it was the first time in my life that on the third day, instead of resisting, I surrendered and I gave thanks that I could have this experience, for all it has taught me about myself, all it has shown me of who I truly am, that I cannot be limited, for I am spirit. I cannot be restricted in any way, for I am spirit. I am the I am. The I am that created the stars and the galaxies. The I am that created this gorgeous planet. The I am that created the sun and the moon. The I am that created you and me. I am the I am. And so I give thanks for all of it, all of it. And I know that I am the creator of my reality. And if that is something that I don't enjoy, I can create something different. All I need to do is see it up here. Allow myself to see it the way my heart sees it, without restrictions, without limitations, infinite possibilities. To allow yourself to dream that dream that is in your heart, that your soul planted there. Allow yourself. It is not about being worthy. It was never about that. It is not about being good enough. It was never about that. They're all beliefs that we picked up along the way. We learned all of that. We learned how to be unworthy in this lifetime. We learned how to be not good enough in any way, or not enough in any way. When you were born, you took your first cry, you opened your eyes for the first time and looked at this world. Feel into yourself in that moment. Close your eyes. You've just come into the world. You've taken your first breath. You've opened your eyes and looked at the beings around you. You are more than worthy. You are more than good enough in this moment that you took your first breath. You are unconditional love, infinite possibilities, untouched by this world yet. Feel into that, because that is the truth of who you are. You may open your eyes now. This is something that you can feel into at any moment. At any moment you can sit with your heart and ask it to show you the unconditional love that you are, to show you the joy that you are, to show you the peace that you are, my beautiful beings. You are this and more, so much more. And we take on this human experience that we may know ourselves fully. This is the journey. To come out the other end and realize how worthy you are, that you are here having this human experience, that you are more than enough. You chose to be here that already makes you more than enough. So when you go through those patterns, you go through those experiences, and those feelings rise up inside of you, feel into them, lean into them. Give thanks for them, that you can have this gorgeous experience, that this is possible, that you are here is a miracle. That you are having these experiences is a miracle. You are a miracle. Beautiful beings. We see you and we love you just as you are. You are worthy. You are enough. You are spirit in human form. You are whole and complete in this moment, just as you are, just as you are, exactly the way you are. All right, my beautiful beings, we love you and we share everything. I share everything that I'm going through. I don't judge that it's good or bad. I don't judge that it's right or wrong. It is just my human experience. And I know in my heart, I didn't come here to be perfect. I came here to be human. We love you. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And we'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now.